There was one. Our final inductee this year made one of the biggest splashes in sportsman drag racing history back in 1985. Stock Eliminator is one of the toughest categories of drag racing competition. That was true back in 1953 when Hayden Proffitt was running an A stock car at Santa Ana Drag Strip. It's true in 2014 within a myriad of classes and handicapped indexes and weight factors and horsepower factors. To not only build a competitive car, but to excel driving one is a true accomplishment in drag racing. So much so that the stock eliminator category itself has never truly been dominated by anybody. Jim Collins could argue Dave Benasek. We're not going to go there. It's all with you. The next inductee did something that your humble MC had never seen before. When he started off the 1985 drag racing season, winning 3 consecutive IHRA national events in a row. Ironically, the first 3 events in a row, events of the season, excuse me, in a row. Why was that so amazing? Well, first of all, coming off the long winter break, sure, somebody's going to win the first race, but not too often does anybody just hit the ground running domination start. His hot stuff Chevy Camaro, often campaigned with his father Earl, was indeed a pretty nondescript little car, a red small block Chevy powered Camaro. But the man behind the wheel was amazing. And I can't describe to you the ripples through the pit area, the astonishment of the other teams in Stock Eliminator, one of the largest classes. You have to remember, each one of these races that he won were 70 and 80 car fields. The astonishment of the other drivers that somebody could win one of those events 3 times in a row. That meant, back then when there were only 8 national events a year, that by the 4th national event, that was midway through the season, nobody else had won Stock Eliminator in IHRA competition but this guy. It was amazing. He went on to prove it was no fluke, winning world championships, winning NHRA Stock Eliminator events. I want to point out, he didn't just dominate one association. But most importantly, he ranks as one of the most humble human beings ever to have won a drag race. I don't care, national, local, anything. He never, ever, ever boasted. He never, ever, ever pointed fingers. He never found fault with anything. He just accepted his awards and smiled for the cameras. He's here this weekend with his son, Kurt Jr., who indeed, we're lucky. I can't tell you how lucky we are. Kurt Jr. understands how special his father is. I know he doesn't want to hear it, but I know that everybody in this room who knows him believes the same. He is an amazing individual. Ladies and gentlemen, our final inductee of 2014, Kurt Smith, Sr. We figured we'd bring up the guy who was only going to say thank you and walk off the stage and bring him up last. We've got a pool going on of how many words you're actually going to say. Just keep in mind there's money riding on this, right? It's all.
I just want to thank Nancy and me for inducting me to the Hall of Fame, Brett for his kind words. I couldn't have done it without my family. And I started drag racing, going with my dad to the races. Drove 49 Chevrolets, and at a young age I got to drive one of the bubble top 49s. Had 7-inch slits on the back with 4-inch keystones, weighed about 3,600 pounds. And you're talking about a handful to drive, and of course it's hard to drive back in the day. And you had no electronics. And I just really enjoyed it. That's what hooked me on drag racing. And I see some of my friends like Bobby Brown and your Platt and all come. And I appreciate it. And I just want to thank everybody. And my wife and family and my dad and father and all everybody. Thank you.
That was 10 times more words than anybody did. Folks, I know it was hard to hear. That's him shouting. I just want you to know that. As the final photos are taken, I want to remind everybody here in the VIP row, that includes you, Kurt, you don't even have to get down if you don't want, you can stay right up here for a sec. We're going to do individual photos of everybody with your family, with whoever you want. And therefore the families of the inductees who want to be involved in that, stick around for that as well. The food will be served here relatively shortly. We have a new caterer this year, so even Nancy isn't quite sure when it's going to come out, but it's always good. I promise you, it's always good. Say what? Larry, she said, pointing her finger at Larry. Ask Larry, she said, what time's the food start? I don't know, I'm going to go find out. I think Larry understands the urgency of that question. I'm going to close this year's ceremonies by reminding you again of something I brought up at the beginning of our program. That lady right there, who for the first time in 13 years has absolutely refused to speak. Do you want to say something now that we're... Okay. I know originally she was worried that we might go long, but we didn't go long. So ladies and gentlemen, the woman responsible for you being here, for these people being inducted, for Walther to even have a job, for Exalmo, for to be alive. Ladies and gentlemen, Nancy Wilson.